Sixers beat the Nets for the first time this season. Had previously lost the first two matchups. 110-102 is the final. James Harden, 33 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. His sixth 30-point triple-double as a net, most in team history. And as I mentioned, it was Durant and James Harden this one. They combined for 66. Rest of the Nets had 36. 76ers didn't even need the points. +5. The game goes under the total of 220 and a hook in Brooklyn. Break it down. Welcome to CBS Sports NBA Insider Bill Reiter, KD, and Joel Embiid. John, at the end of the game, what did you think of that minor beef there?
Akeem, I'm with you, man. Give me all the beef all the time. What a great way to usher out 2021. I know that Kevin Durant can feel all the feels sometimes, but it's a competitive game. These guys have some history. You mentioned the fact that Durant had waved him off the court earlier in the year. And if you're the Philadelphia 76ers and you have any hope or want to have any hope of any actual achievements this year, it starts with that guy right there, Joel Embiid. If that's what fires him up, if he wants to get in Kevin Durant's grill, and he outbattled him at the end of that game. That showdown came after a huge rebound. He got over Durant. I love everything about it.
KD returns, had 33 points. James Harden also had 33 and a 30-point triple-double, but not enough to lead Brooklyn to victory as the rest of the Nets had 36. Double-barrel question. What did you see from Durant in his first game in 2 weeks, and how did the lack of continuity impact the Nets in this game?
Yeah, first part of that question, I mean, Kevin Durant is such a force of nature. You said it. The guy hasn't been around. Normally you step on the floor. It takes a little bit to get your sea legs, and he was what he's always been over the course of his career, at least over the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years. He's one of the great scorers in the history of the game. That hasn't gone away. And if you have him on the floor, whatever the issues with your team, and there are some serious issues with the Nets, you're going to have an opportunity to be successful. The continuity was part of the problem, but I think the bigger issue, Akeem, is my takeaway for the Sixers. I believe, and so does Vegas, obviously, they're the betting favorites, the Brooklyn Nets can, I don't know if they will, but certainly can win an NBA championship this year. I don't think Philly can, not as currently constructed, but that is a team that can beat anybody in a 7-game series, even if they can't beat everybody. And my takeaway was, I know there could be a Kyrie Irving in the mix when we get later in the year and everybody's going to be healthier and have guys back from COVID protocols. My takeaway is, as good as Brooklyn is, even with Durant back, I thought he looked pretty impressive. This is a Sixers team when Embiid is the best player on the floor, and he was on this evening, where they can beat you. It's a reminder to Brooklyn, you've got to be focused no matter how overwhelming your talent advantage, superstar-wise, when you're playing a team like this.
Yeah, Philly played this game without Doc Rivers on the sideline under COVID-19 protocols, found a way to win as the 76ers earned their 4th straight road win. I think a lot of the times, Bill, the 76ers, and look, they have a better road record this season than they do at home, but the narrative has always been that they, or at least the last couple seasons, is that they've struggled on the road and they've been so good at Wells Fargo. What does this win say about Philadelphia?
Yeah, weird year, weird season, and weird reality you just walked us through. And I'll just add to that, Joel Embiid, over the course of that run for Philly, has been an absolute monster on the road. It's not that he's not good in Philadelphia, and I think it just underscores the fact that nothing is normal this season. You don't have the same kind of lineups you're going to face. You're catching teams who don't have their stars. And I think just talking to some folks around the NBA, some actual players, it's like the anti-bubble. You go on the road and you're like, you know what the hell? We can probably win this thing because these guys are missing guys just like we are. Again, we'll see. If guys like Maxey can hit shots and Curry can hit shots and they can hit three-point shots, Philadelphia is really, really dangerous. I'm not sure I buy that in the long term. Doc Rivers' teams traditionally don't take and make a lot of threes, especially in the postseason. But I think the takeaway, again, is Joel Embiid is a top 4 or 5 or 3 player in the association. They're playing really well. They're not great defensively, but they can beat anybody on any given night. And if they continue to play well on the road, watch out.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.